These are the folks that brought me all the way to the river on an incredibly bad road. Believe it or not, the road goes up that mountain right there, over that and several other mountains. And I didn't have to walk. They brought me all the way to the river, helped me load everything up, and here I'm ready to go. Here's the Rio Sico. God bless them, they helped me a lot. Isn't this beautiful here? It's so nice to be here with these guys. They brought me some coffee. This is in Quesera, up above the river. And there's 18 houses up here. They're gonna invite everybody to church tonight. And I'm just hanging out with them. They all remembered me, and it's really nice being here, I'm telling you. This is great. Morning. I preached in the church up there last night, but now this morning they brought me some breakfast here. Here's my breakfast.
Dani, venga.
I'm not going to try to go through this. It looks a little bad. This thing is just so low to the water. That's the problem. When I'm sitting in that thing and I'm out in the water, there's only a couple of inches between the top of it and the water. And it'd fill up with water trying to go through that, I'm afraid. So I'll have to port past it. I can go in right down there. Here we are just sitting on this porch now in Venado. And we're just hanging out, talking. They just showed me the church. And when I turn this thing on, they're all quiet. But as soon as I turn it off, this place is buzzing. Hola las caras. Those trees right there, I could hear a rider on a horse going by, and he was singing, "Y Cristo me ama." That means, and Jesus loves me. And so I sang and I said, yo lo amo también, hermano. And I love you too, brother. So, I don't know. I never got to see him. Yeah, there's Christians down here. On another occasion, actually on my last trip, going along the edge, I wasn't paddling, it was real quiet. And big old crocodile, I surprised him. He surprised me too, actually. And he jumped out in the water in a hurry to get into the water from the edge and almost jumped on the front of my little kayak. We call them crocodile speed bumps. You want to avoid them if you can.
This is a pastor from Los Fales.
And he had an interesting story to tell me. He told me how just several months ago he was in a neighboring town and hitched a ride back to his village with someone that had a canoe. His wife was with him. And as he put it, the person whose canoe it was had some problems with somebody else. Anyway, 3 men jumped out of the trees as they were going by in the canoe and sprayed the canoe with automatic gunfire, and they killed the man, and then they killed the pastor's wife, who was sitting right in front of him, and shot him up pretty badly too. He said he had a backpack on his back that was just completely ribbons, but somehow he didn't have any shots to his torso. He had one in his right arm, which I noticed immediately when I went to shake hands that he wasn't very mobile at all with his arm, and he got shot in both legs, but he's recovering slowly, but it's only been 2 months. And he has 9 children, and so now his daughter is his only daughter that's at home. He has one that's away, that's an older daughter, but the one that's at home now is the mom, and she's 11 years old, and she cooks for all of her brothers and her dad. And for me, too.
Con un cuchillo usted puede venir y le corta ahí, ¿eh? Y de ahí solo lo pela.
They call this thing an almond, but I peel it and I said, yeah, you suck on that right there. So this is not an almond like we know. This is something else. Maybe there's an almond inside. This pig is so happy to stay around here. He doesn't run off. He's eating his corn. They give him a little bit of corn, and he's just happy to stick around. He has no idea that tomorrow he's getting butchered. Kind of like the devil. Gives people a little bit of a thrill. They stick around, completely oblivious to the fact that there's going to be a judgment day someday. Sí. Porque grabé ayer cuando estaba vivo.
Ah, yeah.
The skin, they make chicharrones out of that. ¿Verdad, chicharrones?
Hey.
One of the things I did in each church service was to hand out little slips of paper that I would let everyone present vote for someone in the village that they wanted to receive 1,000 lempira. And it couldn't be in their family. It had to be someone else. This is the lady that won it in this village. This ran across my hand, and that's my bed right there. That's where I'm sleeping tonight, right now.
El Clemen no bajó. Venga de acá, mira, por este lado de acá, ¿ves? Es la bajada. Por este lado de acá.
This is their gold operation here, and there's a guy under the water right here where all these bubbles are coming up, and he's got something that he's tube he holds against the bottom of against the ground underneath the water to suck the sand up, to go through there, through that slush thing over there, and they got two of them going here to get gold out of here, and they're digging away. This is the little town of Victoria. That's the church right over there, that blue building. This is the pastor's house right here. And they're pretty poor, actually. But guess what? They had a little room for me in here. This was my room right in here. The walls are made out of just plastic. This one room here just has plastic walls up. That's the wife. The kitchen is over here. He has 7 children. Buenos días.
Buenos días. ¿Qué tal amaneció?
Muy bien, gracias a Dios.
Estamos aquí en la aldea de la
Here's my breakfast being cooked down there. But they take really good care of me down here. I've already had some coffee. Don't usually drink it, but down here at least it's been boiled or heated up. It'll probably kill the big ones for whatever's in the water. But I've drunk the water this whole trip, and in all the different places I've never gotten sick. Thank God. When I first arrived in Honduras, I went to Tela, where I shared in a church. It was those folks who took me out to the river. When I returned back to Tela, they had prepared a special celebration for me with a catered dinner and a special video presentation that they had prepared.
Conquistaste mi amistad dormida, me enseñaste a compartir.